Okay, somebody wants to know is, would you ever consider running a wrestling fed yourself?
Um, I would, but that would probably once I'm a little bit more financially secure to run my own promotion. I mean, I feel that if I have the right mindset with it, I mean I'm going to be studying. I'm trying to study this management minor in college. I feel like that would definitely help run a promotion. But I think I would run a promotion only if I had myself settled financially and I could get some people that would be willing to run the promotion.
That's understandable. Okay, we got another question. Is, do you know what match you will be working in on Saturday if you work the Fusion show?
As far as I know, I'm running the battle royal. So, and then if I remember right, the winner will face off against the Fusion Pro champion. So basically, it's up to us and just doing the royal and hopefully winning it, and then going up against the champ.
I do actually have a big favor for you for Saturday if you do make it down and are able to wrestle in the Rumble. And that is, if you get in that ring and Sexy KC comes up to you, can you slap him on his bald head for me?
Does he have to come to me, or can I come to him?
Oh, you can go to him if you want to. Just slap that head.
Like, do I have to do it only once, or can I do it as many times as I feel like?
As many times as you like.
Alright, well, I think I could definitely do that then, since you're giving me such a free range on that.
Thank you, because that is just brilliant. He just needs a slap in the head occasionally.
Yeah, something's not working right there. Why else do you think he's trying hard to be jerk of the year?
Exactly. I mean, most people strive for wrestler of the year. He's striving for jerk of the year.
When most people are like, "Hey, you're a jerk," I'm not being like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Shit, how do I fix that?"
That actually leads quite nicely into another question, which is, what would you do if small kids came up to you and said you were the worst wrestler ever?
Bruise my ego, I guess. I would definitely want to figure out what I can do to better myself if they're telling me I'm the worst wrestler. That's not the title I want to be holding proudly.
Which is totally understandable. So,
Hello?
whereabouts, what do you see yourself in regards to the wrestling business within the next 5 years or so?
Well, in the next 5 years, I'm hoping I'll be a lot more established, at least in Wisconsin. Hopefully, wrestling a little bit farther out in the Midwest. Um, I'm hoping also that once I'm back from Germany, that I can wrestle in Chicago because I know a few people there. Plus, too, one of my good friends is actually planning to move to Chicago, so it could just be all the more reason to go see them. So I would definitely say the next 5 years, I hope to be more established in not only Wisconsin, but in Minnesota, Illinois.
That works, I agree. So, do you consider when it comes to wrestling and everything that it's a learning process that um, you're continually training, or do you think there comes a point where you are trained?
You're always learning. I mean, you can step in the ring with one of the best wrestlers that was ever walking the earth. He can tell you everything he knows, but if you go into your first match, you're still gonna learn something new. You're always gonna learn.
Okay, now this question, this is a good one. Now, I hope that you actually have seen some of the interviews that have been done with this person, and I think that you have seen this person wrestle. But Chris just brought up a really good question, and that is, what are your thoughts on Just Jake?
Oh boy. Well, I'm interested. It's funny to hear Chris ask a question that is in regard to something negative about me. So that's nice.
I know, I'm impressed actually.
We'll say this. I'll say this in the nice way possible. I think Just Jake has a lot more to learn.
Oh yeah.
That's about the nicest way I can say that. Granted, for sure he's still pretty new. How
you consider what he does wrestling, it's been about a year.
Okay, well, in a year you're still gonna be pretty new, so yeah, he definitely from when I've seen him wrestle, I think twice now, HPW.
Right.
He definitely looks like he needs to learn a lot more. Any advice that he can get, great. I definitely think that any time for a show that there's going to be some work, whatever, that I definitely think he should be one of the first people stepping in to join in. Kind of feel like maybe he should work on his backstage, attitude a little bit, because if I recall correctly, he was having bombs every 5 seconds in the locker room for the 4th of July show this past year. And granted, we were upside, but still, it's just like the mentality.
Right. Absolutely. So somebody also wants to know is, what do you think are your biggest flaws in your style of wrestling?
I would definitely say the mic. I feel like I'm getting better with it, but I think all in all, I definitely need to work on making the goals and running almost. I'm sure enough people in the PCW locker room will say that maybe mic sucks.
Somebody, so I'm just reading some of the stuff that people are putting, and it's making me laugh. I'm losing these questions. Okay, we already spoke about the whole gimmick thing, but somebody wants to know is, do you feel at some point that you are going to need a gimmick to succeed, or are you just going to carry on as you are now?
Well, I think I'm going to milk doing what I'm doing as long as I can, and then if I kind of run into a wall where I need to change it up and do a gimmick, yeah, I'll brainstorm and try to do something. I mean, honestly, when I was in Germany, I'm not in Germany. I'm hoping that I can wrestle just so that I can do like an international kind of thing. Say I wrestled here in Germany. It's not much, but it's like a start.
Okay, somebody also said, oh, I'm losing it, where is it? Okay, what do you think about people when they refer to certain feds as Yada Wrestling, and what do you think is the difference between Yada Wrestling and what you see locally?
This is what I think. Yada feds are the stuff that you see on YouTube where they're wrestling on a trampoline or on a mattress. I don't know, I'm sure enough people watch Tosh.0, or at least a couple of them, where they may have seen the Backyard Wrestler Redemption, where he did a moonsault with a steel chair onto a mattress, he pretty much cracked. And of course, the Redemption, he lands a moonsault in a ring, which is obviously going to happen because there was more elevation. But I digress. I would say that Yada feds, again, are the ones outside, trampoline or mattress, not a ring, and I would say that the professional wrestling that you're supposed to see that the artists kind of try to steal would be stuff with an actual ring, an actual venue, with actually trained wrestlers.
Absolutely.
I know many SGF refer to as Yada Fest because either the promoter is not well trained or some of the wrestlers might not be, but that's their opinion, and unfortunately their opinion influences many others, but I think that everybody else should be entitled to their own opinion and go see the ship or at least see the wrestler that's in question of being Yarder and make their own decision.
Absolutely. So in regards to that, what do you think about the fact that Just Jake claims he's starting his own promotion and show and that it's going to be starting later this year? Do you think that he's got the right amount of experience to do that, or do you think that he's just trying to jump on the bandwagon of everybody else?
Who is this again? You keep cutting out of my phone.
Just Jake. He claims he's starting a fed later this year called Just Jake Wrestling or something like that. Do you think that he's going to have the skill and the mindset to be able to make that work, or do you think he's going to turn into a joke and be labeled as a yarder?
I think, in my honest opinion, I don't think he's ready to run his own promotion because he's only been wrestling for a year and maybe training for however long. So I don't think he's really gained a reputation with other wrestlers to say that he's running his own promotion. He's like many guys that I know that are running promotions now. They've like 5-7 years, so they've built a reputation. They've met many wrestlers that they know that would draw, and now their promotions are running or they're about to run, and they're gonna be successful.
Right.
So, in response to what I think about Just Jake is that if he wants to run a promotion, that's great, but I honestly think it would be a smarter decision for him to just wait it out for a little bit.
Now, we have a question here, and you cannot kill me because I didn't ask this question, okay? But...
That's not killing you yet, so.
Okay, the question is, would you like to be a mini KC anytime soon?
Well, first off, I'll say that no, I don't want to kill you for saying that.
And it wasn't me who said it. I have to tell you that it's your boss that said it.
Who said it?
Your boss.
My boss?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess right now I would say no, but I guess I can't really speak for future me, because who knows what's going to happen to me in a year or two. Maybe for some reason I'll say, yeah, I'll be a KC.
In fact, I can see my son being a mini KC, but my son's like, Robert's now protesting over that one. But but I just can't see anybody else pulling off the whole bald-headed corn dog with eyebrows look and a feather boa, to be perfectly honest.
I honestly don't see myself being a mini KC anytime soon. Firstly, I gotta actually have to grow his sexy KC, and then I gotta buy bolas. I really don't see myself buying bolas.
Well, we're back to a sensible question now, and that is, what is the biggest moment in your career so far?
I would say hands down that was winning the Cruiserweight belt at PHPW, just because, I'd always wanted to win a championship belt when I started wrestling. I was like, that's so cool, new champion, I know that championships, they don't make you a, super wrestler or anything. They're not like some, it's not like Hogan giving his Hall of Fame ring to Abyss and Abyss coming like this super wrestler or whatever like that because of a ring. I know the belt's a prop, but it feels like when I got that belt, I gained a sense of pride with it. Just kind of walking around with it, just kind of feeling like yeah, I count something. I won it all. I beat 3 other guys to get this belt, and I fought hard against Jesse to get it. So.
Okay, somebody. Oh, sorry.
On the back for all the hard work you did. So that's why I think that the belt is definitely the biggest accomplishment.
Okay, somebody also wants to know what is your favorite show that you have ever worked?
I would say that's a tie between HBW and 7RW, just because HBW, Mike and Robin, as I mentioned, they gave me, a great push. They believed I would be, do well in the company, and, hopefully I didn't disappoint them. But I had a great time there. The locker room was very, friendly, minus a few roid jokes and all that, but not complaining. At 7RW, it's always nice because it's right in La Crosse. It's actually 3 blocks from where I live, so it's oh yeah, I gotta go to the show. But I would say also 7RW just because it's my hometown. I can get a bunch of people to show up, providing they're at the right age because a bar. And it's also a nice locker room. I think any place that has a great locker room, you can have a terrible, venue. Guy could be, a dick, I guess. But if the locker room is funny enough, I'll enjoy it.
Sounds good. Somebody wants to know do you find it hard to be a wrestler and a full-time student?